Women are so delusional because they constantly think that, oh, every time I date someone, they're all the same. I don't get it. Every guy's the same. I might as well give up. Oh my God.
If you are a woman who has ever said they're all the same, then this video is for you, because we're going to prove to you that the reason they're all the same is because you date the same type of trash over and over and over again. And it's actually your fault.
And before we get into it, you're watching Remy TV. I'm Charles.
And I'm Mel.
We do all things girlhood and we coach you to level up in life,
love,
and relationships.
So let's get into it.
So the reason why every time you go on a date and you talk to that man and you feel like you keep seeing your ex reincarnated over and over again, I have news for you.
You have the same type. I will never forget that one time, this was a year ago, when we were actually having a little meeting. Before we were on YouTube, we actually kind of did coaching in person. It was more like a small thing that we were doing before we got into this platform. And we were with a group of women. They were in their early 30s. And this one woman said every single time she goes out on a date, the guy is exactly like her ex. Every man in the city is trash. They're all the same. They do the same shit. They even kind of look the same.
And I'm looking around like, how is that possible unless you're
making the decision?
They all look the same. I'm like, that's on you though.
Like I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, partner, but you are making the choice to date that man. And the reason why is because you don't think you're worthy of the better man.
Yes. So if you do not change your ways as a person for yourself, you will constantly attract the same thing over and over again. The same person who keeps doing you wrong and you thinking, I deserve better than this. If you don't treat yourself better than this, they will keep coming to keep humbling you over and over again.
Over and over again. A great example of this is a lot of times you'll see a celebrity that you think is like mother. She's a queen. And then like she's dating a demographic. Shout out Celia Regina for that term. A demographic is basically a YN, a hood boy. Okay?
They have certain values and beliefs that
come from the trenches.
That can be literally life-threatening to a woman.
And it's because of where their environment, so they become a demographic. You will see like a beautiful celebrity who you think is like super high class or whatever, and then she's dating a man that is like this like demographic,
ugly, or like not even ugly. His energy, it doesn't make sense. She seems so innocent and so aura bright and lovely, and he just comes off very mean and awful, and you're kind of like, wait, how does she even want him?
You guys will be like, what is that? Why is that happening? And it's because that person is her type. And that seems like, okay, like we know that's so obvious, but like, no, guys, the type of man he is her type. Let's use Summer Walker as an example. Summer Walker has crazy relationships back to back because she dates the same man and finds him reincarnated over and over again.
Exactly. So it's just like a constant episode loop over and over again, being repeated with different characters, but the story's still the same.
And Summer Walker gets on her podcast and says all men cheat, all men are the same. Meanwhile, the roster of men that she is using as examples
they are all the same. You continue to spread this sick propaganda to other women and young girls, and it's like, that is on you. You created this bed and you lied in it. I never in my life, and I'm not saying, I know it's, normal. It's not normal. It is normal, because if you don't realize you're in a loop, it is normal to start dating these guys because you didn't change yourself. If you do not change yourself, it will continue.
You will always end up with your vibrational match. If you have a low vibration, you need to address it. And people don't want to, because you have to admit you have a low vibration and that is offensive to you. So they think, it's not me. Like, I definitely am not the problem. It's them. They're the problem. No, they're with you because you guys are equals, baby girl. You'll see the girl that you guys think, oh, why isn't she dating like a super like rich guy that's like a CEO? She doesn't even think she could hold a conversation with that man.
She can't hold a conversation with that man. That's why she's not dating him.
She has not developed enough sense of self or intelligence level to communicate with someone like that. Or she knows that she's super aggressive in relationships and toxic and likes to cuss men out. So she's going to go date the rapper guy that likes that stuff because she won't have to change.
Exactly. She will find someone who will make sure that she can stay exactly as she is and not make any effort for improvement. And then that's the cycle. It continues. And then people get confused. No, it is all about you because you don't want to go into your higher self. You don't want to glow up. You don't want to level up and become a better version of you. So spare me with constantly blaming everyone except for yourself.
The definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Y'all think because you're switching out the men that you're not doing the same thing over and over again. You're dating the same type of man. He acts the same. They have the same personality. All of them have the same personality because you're dating the same type of person. Like, people don't just have the same... I'm a newsflash. Every man is actually not exactly the same.
No. And also, like, I have never, me personally, because I believe in self-development, as an example, every time I've liked a guy, the next guy is an improvement from the next one. At least. Like, I'm not telling you to go find, like, the most, like, next level amazing person. At least make him be better than the last. Y'all will literally copy and paste.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, if you dated a guy who was extremely nonchalant, super chill, she doesn't like to really put himself forward, you feel like you have to ask for the dates. I gotta ask for everything. I gotta do everything. The next time you get in a relationship, you should only be getting into a relationship with a guy who is forthcoming with his feelings, has shown you like he is gonna do romantic gestures, but instead you go into that relationship getting with him because he's hot.
Yeah.
You guys had sex.
Or he did one gesture and that was enough to sell you.
And then in the relationship, he's nonchalant, chill. He never really asks you out, never does anything. And you realize you got in a relationship with him because he was hot. And here he is, just like the others.
No, you made him just like the others. Like, that was a choice.
Like, so
you did not keep up with your own boundaries, and you guys love to do that shit. It's just rolling with the punches. Let's have actual structure in our lives. I know it's easy to roll with life, but you need to put structures in, or else you will live on a loop until the end of your days.
Absolutely. If you want to put structure into your life, you have to start with putting structure into yourself.
Yeah, and that means changing your desires and wants for a better version of yourself. Because the things that you want now are not getting you there. So you need to find ways to improve.
And a lot of times women feel uncomfortable about striving for more in relationships because they don't feel worthy. It always goes back to you not thinking you're worthy of that certain type of man. Like, that certain type of man won't like you, or you have a limiting belief that you can't strive for him because so and so, or because of this background, or because of where I'm from, I can't have this. All of those things are a reflection of your self-worth, making you then put yourself at a low value, which is what will make you be at a low vibration. And then what?
You attract low vibration.
Which is why we go back to telling you guys to know your worth as a woman. You need to raise your standards.
Yeah, and raise your standards with yourself. Improve yourself.
Yes.
Because that's how you gain confidence.
And
you guys always say, oh, well, I guess I'm not better. I'm not good enough for him because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to talk about this, that. You don't take the time to be like, you know what? Maybe I need to start getting into learning about listen to the news sometimes and learning about daily events, or getting into psychology, getting into certain tips about psychology things, like little small things to gain and develop your mind and become a better version of yourself.
Yes.
You feel like you can't attract someone because you haven't upgraded yourself.
And we're not saying, oh, okay, if a guy likes this, I'm gonna go learn about all those things. No, ladies, we're saying to develop your own personality. When
Have your own hobbies, your
Yeah.
own choices and goals. Develop your taste in general. Don't be like, oh, I wish I did that. I wish I learned how to horseback. I wish I knew how to knit. I wish
Go and try to do
wish
it.
I learned how to. I wish I rock climb before. Like, you always have it as a wish rather than deciding to explore who you are as a woman.
You need to go out there and do it. If the reason why, I could never talk to a businessman, what would we talk about? I feel like it'd be so hard to have a conversation. Instead of deciding that's the reason why you need to stay in a low value, let's address what can I do to be a better conversationalist? This is not your final form. If you're not good at talking, you can fix that. Start by reading more. Start by, what are you even interested in? Why don't you look into various different topics and interests and learn about them? That's how you have conversations. You have to actually have something to talk about.
Yeah, and also you can also do courses online. There's so many courses. Even we have one coming soon where we're teaching women how to develop themselves and transform themselves. There are ways to level up, quite literally, and we're here to help.
And hopefully this video was helpful. And if you guys have any questions, any stories, any feedback, this is an open forum. So make sure to drop it down below and make sure to like,
Comment,
share,
and subscribe
to the Remy Diaries, aka Remy TV, your favorite YouTube streaming network where you'll never want to change the channel. Bye, Remy Rebels.